Hey everybody, my name is Sam. Some of you may know me as Scorpio from Scorpio's Graphics, and I wanted to talk to you all today about graphic design and why you should become a graphic designer. Um, First of all, let me just say, why not? Okay. The world is run by graphic design. Everything you look outside to the products that you have in your home. Everything is designed by a graphic designer or some form of that. Also, in this economy, it's a good source of income. Now, I talked to a couple people and I asked them, what I could contribute to these type of videos, and what I wanted to contribute was some type of advice, guide whoever was interested in graphic design to what you need to know, because there were certain things that I needed to know when I was starting that I did not know and that I learned years on end. So I guess you say, so why should I listen to you, right? So I've been in business for 15 years. I took time off for myself maybe 2 or 3 times. I would say for the average graphic designer, burnout is a real thing, so you have to take time off. But that's a whole nother video that we'll get into at another time. For me, graphic design is a passion. Art is a passion of mine. I think if you are great at drawing, painting, if you're good at color, graphic design can be a source of income for you. And it's been supporting me for the last 15 years, whereas a regular 9-to-5 has not. In times when people did not want to pay me, I mean, I'm old enough to remember where getting $10 an hour was a lot of money. Like you were doing good if you made $15 an hour. And so I always had a saying, nobody can pay me more than I pay myself. So for those who are in, these videos coming up, this series, in graphic detail, is going to be for 3 people, okay? So number 1, those who are interested in business and establishing your business and, pushing the growth, and where it can impact you social media wise, where you can start monetizing it, how to branch off other sources of income from this one avenue, because I truly believe that, everything is kind of the same. If you do one thing well, you can do something else well as also. And it kind of goes hand in hand. So if you're an entrepreneur, this is definitely the series, for you. And number 2, those who are interested in being a graphic designer, okay? Those who are interested in art and how they can monetize their art and what they can actually do with it, from being somebody who just sits there and draws all day to somebody who creates cartoons. It can be anything, and I want to talk to you about that because that's graphic design. A little bit about me. Like I said, I've been in business 15 years. I started by working on MySpace, right when the internet was out. I was, tinkering with things, especially with social media. MySpace was the beginning. Okay, that was the beginning of my career in 2008. And people were purchasing designs, and people people were paying for MySpace designs. Okay, so at the time I had just my dad forced me to quit my fast food job that I had. It was just humiliating, they paid me $7.25 and it was just horrible, It was 2008, okay? And I was I was in college as well. So on the way, the end of my college years. And so I went to college for art history and art. So it was kind of like the same major, double major. You could just take art history for like a couple extra courses so you get like a double major. So that's what I went to school for at Georgia State. I took all my core classes, didn't finish the electives. Something that I'm going to finish in the end. I do advocate for education. So if you can get your degree in anything, you really don't have to have a graphic design degree, but it helps. I'm in continuing education courses right now, to finish, getting some kind of paperwork. So I'm never going to tell you not to get a degree or not to get a paperwork. No, get something, okay? Get something. Anything to further your education and to learn more is going to be an assist to you in life, no matter what it's about. Okay, you can learn about anything. Learn about why the sky is blue. I don't care. Just learn something. But besides that point, I started learning from Deity Designs and Kid Graphic. So at the time, I was following them, and I saw that they were working on numerous artists. They were designing their mixtapes. They were designing their flyers. They were designing their MySpace pages. And two people, I got the attention of Samika Cash, who people don't know. She's actually, I believe she's my first paying client. Now, I started doing work for free for like 6 months. I was just doing MySpace pages for free, profile pictures, whatever. Just for people to follow me. Just for people to say follow me back on MySpace, to get my followers up. And then I end up getting the attention of Samika Cash. So Sam says, hey, I got a flyer. Can you do it for me? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm going to actually pay you, for your time. Never do nothing for free. Sam was my first paying client. I charged like $25 for I think it was like her MySpace design, okay? For her club or something. I don't even remember what it was. It was something. She was my first client. So let me tell you how life works. She was my first client, and she ended up putting me on to Tequila Corbett, and TC. And TC ended up being the spark that ignited my career. She gave me my first big contract. And she was paying me like $350 a month for a retainer. But as somebody who was making like $350 a month, $350 a week on a check, that was a lot for me, So I was like, okay, I can make money at this. And from her, she put me onto my biggest client, which was Melissa Scott. Once she put me on Melissa Scott, it was pretty much a wrap after that. I was doing everybody's work. I just took off. And so from there, I was just ridiculously busy. Doing all the, I can actually say I have done almost all the prides in the nation. I will say that. At one point in time, at some year, I worked on the entire campaign. Some of them I still do. I still do the Atlanta Black Pride Weekend campaigns and work on those. I consider that one of my biggest accomplishments is, when you come into the city and you see the banners, you come, on Sunday, you go to the park, the signs, the stage, banners, whatever you might see, booklets, pins, whatever. A lot of that comes from my design, even down to the VIP bracelets that you wear. Sometimes it's my design that I come up with, depending on what they're going with that year. Sometimes my design may not, fly, but most of the time, I'm working on various things. So graphic design can be either a side income or it can be a main source of income. But I want you to look at everything that you do, whether it's graphic design or not, and just know that, digitally you can create an avenue for it. You can create something you know, on the end of that. So that's some things I want to talk to you all about in the next few videos is networking, clients, building a portfolio, tips and advice, what to look out for, how to set up your business, things that you absolutely have to run a business, and the importance of assets, and digital assets, and having your digital stamp in the world, and how you can make money off of different things. So yeah, check out my next video. Okay, appreciate y'all listening. Bye. Hit the like button.